I guess, it feels a bit like a death march again for the Canucks. I talked about this on a news pack a couple of days ago. It just feels like it's the annual what are we going to do at the draft and trade deadline to build assets for the coming future again. Uh, it's the same conversation that we've been having for the last 8 years. It's just this time it's a different cast, members of the cast. This time Bo Horvat is the center of attention now. Uh, and we got a death march really with a coach that um, if he doesn't, he certainly doesn't look like that guy that met Kevin Owens in the at the draft. I mean, he probably needs Kevin Owens to be now, but he doesn't look like a happy coach. He scratched OEL tonight, um, and now there's questions about bringing in the possibility of even either bringing in a Rick Tocchet or B an interim coach. I don't know where to really. And my problem with the Canucks, I guess, is where do you begin?
Well, I think let's start with the Talkit stuff. Um, there was talk, like you think there was thoughts that you bring him in to start implementing the systematic changes that you're looking for to start next season, a la Daryl Sutter a couple years ago with the Flames. I think I would be all on board for that. I just think unfortunately, there would be those unrealistic or the high expectations of having seeing the team have a bounce back like the Flames did last year under Daryl. But I don't think that's real. To me, that's not realistic. I think you have to look at doing this over a couple, 2, 3 seasons, if not longer, to bring this team at least back out of the feel of every day there's something to that Canucks fans are and hockey fans are using to call the organization dysfunctional. Um, so I think you have to take a 2, 3 year, if not longer, approach here, and then go from there. But I do think that if they do want to start implementing a more structured game, like you're seeing the Abbotsford Canucks play, which I went and watched them play last week again here in Calgary against the Wranglers, and they put on a really good game. They played structured hockey. Niels Hoglander played well. Danila Klimovich is putting up points now. Like that was a hand wringing part because you've got Logan Stankoven being one of the stars of the World Juniors and the WHL, and a local kid and everything you throw that, and so that there's always hankering about that. He's starting to look like he's going to be a player, and if you can start implementing those changes throughout even if it's slowly, might be just atomic habit sort of approach, incremental increases until you have to make a big change, and whether or not the coaching change happens in the off season or at before the deadline, just after the deadline or whatever, I, I want to see it sooner than later. I love Bruce. I love the happy-go-lucky Bruce. Bruce there at his chance were fantastic. A breath of fresh air into the market last year, but it something needs to change here, and it needs to change roster wise. It needs to change coaching wise because the system's not there. Either the system's not there, the players aren't following the system, or a combination of both. And drastic change needs to happen here sooner than later, in my opinion.